It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Talking Rocks Cavern. Explore the beauty above and below ground at Talking Rocks Cavern. The Springfield-Greene County Park Board reminding you to go play, and Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Well, as you can see, we're not Ethan or Sarah if you are watching the podcast, but if you're listening, it's also not Sarah's voice. This is Diana Tyndall, yours truly. Ethan and Sarah are out this week, and so I'll be filling in with some special guests. Today, we welcome Joe Dawes from the BCFO, Breast
Hello.
Cancer Foundation of the Ozarks. Welcome, Joe.
Welcome. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yes.
Yeah.
So we are going to get back to some news and our regular routines. So Happy New Year. Here we go. So we have boil water orders have been issued and are currently in effect in Reed Springs and Pierce City, Missouri. Sunday, December 31st, the city of Reed Spring issued a mandatory boil order for the entire city. City officials have reported that the order is due to a leak in the system that has not been detected and low pressure in several wells. The boil order is effective until further notice. On Sunday, December 31st, Pierce City official also issued a boil order advisory. Officials have reported the advisory is due to low pressure in the system caused by a broken water main. All sorts of issues. The boil advisory is effective until Wednesday, January 3rd, so tomorrow. Joe, you know about this, right?
Oh, yeah. Pierce City's out of the woods tomorrow, so that's nice. But Reed Spring, this is part of the problem a lot of water systems have around the Ozarks. And, you know, whether it's tree roots growing in or antiquated systems, or sometimes just somebody puncturing a hole in the system, anytime something gets in there and potentially damages the system, they got to do this. So it's really about prevention and health more than anything.
Right. Well, on to some more serious news. Former Salem, Missouri Mayor Brad Nash was recently charged with 2 counts of first-degree statutory sodomy and 1 count of second-degree child molestation. Brad Nash is the former Salem, Missouri mayor and the former head of the Dent County Fire Protection District and the former Dent County Emergency Management Director. And according to data from the Missouri Department of Labor and Industrial Relations, 2023 will see the fewest initial unemployment claims in at least a decade. In 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic caused a massive economic disruption when Missouri reported over 828,000 unemployment claims filed. In 2023, Missouri reported only around 160,000 claims have been submitted to the state.
And, you know, a lot of people think that we're still rebounding back and we're still kind of getting used to this new normal right now. And the businesses that we run, we're in the same boat. It's just, It's not the same situation we've seen in the past.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Kicking it off to you.
No, okay, well, the Missouri minimum wage, this is exciting news. It increased on January 1st. The wage rose from $12 to $12.30 an hour. The minimum wage increase is the 8th increase in Missouri since 2015. This is part of a broader effort to raise the wages in all states. But do you remember, Diana, what the minimum wage was when you had your first job?
Oh my goodness. I feel like it was like $3. Well, I was waiting tables. So it was like $3.15 or something. And we depended greatly on tips. Yeah. So I'm not really the best person to ask, but do you remember?
No, I don't. I'm going to say it was maybe $6 or $8.
Yeah.
It's, and you know, frankly, $12.30 isn't enough for most families right now. So, you know, it's nice to see it raising and going up, but it really needs to be higher. It really does.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense why there's some automations happening in those those areas too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's my soapbox. The holidays have come to a close, and Humanity Restore, the Habitat for Humanity Restore, is accepting some unwanted Christmas decor, if you have some of that. If you have any unwanted holiday decorations, including, it could be artificial trees, ornaments, or other decor, donate them to the Habitat for Humanity Restore. They're on the southwest side of the city. Now is a great time to not only organize, but also declutter, and you could donate to a good cause. That's one. There are several out there. Diana, what's your plan for the declutter world? Do you have one?
No, I have no plan. I do need to. I have a lot of wanted Christmas items that I still have, but I just have too many of them. I need to get rid of it. So this is a great opportunity to do so. How about you guys? Do you purge this time of year typically, or?
No, we and my kids, they hate it because I keep everything. We even have the kids' little ornaments that they made in kindergarten. But it's interesting because, BCFO runs some thrift stores now, the Neat Repeat stores. And it was crazy this year, the number of people that were buying from the thrift store in the days up to Christmas. So that's a true resource right now. So this time next year, if you're not donating now, you can go get some new ones next year then in those thrift stores.
Oh, I love Goodwill shopping. I love secondhand shopping. It's like a treasure hunt. You never know what you'll find.
That's what I always say. Yep, You're exactly right. Okay. So Springfield's cashew chicken might be the new state dish. Check this out. Missouri State Representative Jamie Gregg wants to add cashew chicken as the Missouri state dish. There is such a thing. There are reports out there that say Springfield cashew chicken's been served since the 60s from the Leong family. Wing is famous in these parts and long outside of Springfield and Missouri. House Bill 1620 would make cashew chicken the official dish for Missouri. Fun fact. Did you know Missouri has a state dessert? The ice cream cone was introduced at the World's Fair in 1904 in St. Louis and made the official Missouri dessert in 2008, which was what? Just simply like 104 years later?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, right. Well, we caught up. That's fine. Yeah. Favorite place for cashew chicken? Where is it?
Oh, mine? Well, Leong's. I mean, go to the original, right? I mean... Yeah. Theirs is hands down my favorite. If I am going to indulge in such delicious things like chicken gravy, cashew chicken. How about you? Do you have a favorite cashew chicken place?
And it's been so long that I've been there, I can't remember the name, but it's on North Glenstone, just north of Division. And we go there when I was at Color 10 back in the day. That was my favorite place. And we would just swamp in there because it was $3 for a big thing of cashew chicken.
What?
It was at least a weekly thing we would do. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, my favorite thing at Leong's is actually not the cashew chicken. It is their egg rolls. They have the best egg rolls that they put a secret ingredient in. And I know what it is. Do you want me to tell you?
No, don't.
No, okay. I'm not going to tell you then.
You can tell me afterward.
Okay.
We would hate that. That's amazing.
Okay, got it.
Okay, you do have my curiosity peaked.
So good. It's so good. Okay, well, on to more serious news. Do you remember the Gypsy Rose Blanchard story? I mean, I don't know who doesn't remember that, but Gypsy Rose Blanchard was released from the Chillicothe Correctional Center on December 28th. Gypsy Blanchard is the Springfield woman who conspired to kill her mother, who forced her to pretend to be disabled. According to reports, a Greene County prosecutor described it as one of the most extraordinary and unusual cases we have ever seen. This story has been made into many publications in multiple mediums, including documentaries and books and so much more. So, do you remember this story, Joe?
It defies explanation. And so here's what's so weird about this story. One of my kids the other day, and we were in just 2 days ago in the car, she said, "Oh my gosh, do you guys know who Gypsy Rose Blanchard is?" And we went, "What? How do you know that?" Apparently she's on social media now and she wants to meet Taylor Swift. Because they have so much in common, right?
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, I just think the abuse and stuff that she endured, obviously no justification for what happened, but people are saying, well, just let her live her life now because she spent so much, faking it. So we'll see.
Was it a Munchausen's by proxy situation? I mean, I'm trying to remember back to her situation growing up with her mother.
Yeah, I think her mother had basically abused her and told her to pretend to be disabled. The reasoning behind that, I don't remember, but I think there was a ex-boyfriend involved that he had, encouraged her to take her mother's life. So who knows? Crazy times in the Ozarks. But on to better topics. New Year's, new you. Joe, do you do resolutions or anything like that? I know you don't do the purging, but maybe that could be a resolution.
Well, true. I you know what? This year We're doing this right now in our family right now, talking about resolutions. And my resolution for next year is going to be to work out more. And there's a thing called dry January where you drink no alcohol. And I think this is a chance for me to kind of become a little bit more healthy in my lifestyle. And so I'm going to give that a try. And also caffeine. So it's kind of just out with the drugs, if you will. Well, the drugs, that caffeine and alcohol. So
right.
Overall, that's my goal. And also to read one good personal development book a month. That's my goal.
Oh, that's such a good one. Yeah. I mean, it can be hard to set those goals, but just, stick to it. And maybe you start like one new thing every day. So it's not so hard to get started with the lack of alcohol, caffeine, and working out.
Well, it's the warm thing to drink in the morning that always gets me. It's the caffeine is the hard one, right? Tea, another caffeine, though,
There's tea and caffeine. I didn't know that. There's caffeine in tea.
Yep. Okay, you're on the spot. You're on the spotlight's on you. What about you?
Yeah. Well, I do vision boards. I just try to kind of have a goal. I had a goal this last year that was way too aggressive of reading 50 books a year, which was awesome, but I only made it to 40, but I'm not beating myself up,
That's just amazing.
It was hard. And I pretty much took, I think, a month or two off, which is probably, if I would have kept at it, I would have gotten there. But yeah. So, and just I have a little fitness tracker that's really fun to color in each day that you work out. So I try to do that, and more of a mind shift than oh, you have to do this or else. So I have a vision board I look at every morning that helps me kind of stay on track, I guess.
Interesting. Okay.
That's my thing. If you see it every day. So if you want, here's my, I'm not a professional development person, but I've read a lot of books about it. So, but if you see it every day and put it on your bathroom mirror or put it in your car, places that you're going to be, where you see it constantly, your success is that much greater to succeed. So
that's been proven. There's an old video recording, you can look it up, by Earl Nightingale called The Secret, that talks about that exact thing. It's fascinating. But that's a little bit of genius on your part. Nice job.
Well, who knows? We'll see. We'll see how well we do. All right, Ozarks, that is all we have for today. Have a wonderful Tuesday, and we will see you. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks, Diana.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024. Thanks for being with us here in this new year. I hope everyone had a great holiday. And we're back to the grind now. It's starting off pretty cold too for us. Early in January, typical low temperatures are in the 20s. We're in the low 20s this morning. Definitely bundle up if you're heading out the door right now, but we're in for a dry day across the Ozarks, and I am expecting that we see dry conditions for a couple of days. So no major winter weather to kick off the new year. Overall, things are going to start off pretty mild for us. And that's really good news in the forecast, because it's always hard to get back into the swing of things after, the holidays. And if you're still enjoying the holiday or some time off, well, good for you. It's going to be a good day to relax. Kind of chilly outside, but mild in January terms. We have temperatures starting off in the low 20s this morning, about 22 for the low temperature. Southwest breeze in the forecast today, a good amount of cloud cover as well, and high temperatures will get to about 43 degrees. Not too warm, not too cold. Above freezing. So overall, just kind of like a cold, bleak day to start off the new week. We have dry and seasonable temperatures in the forecast. It's a short week though, so there's the good news for you. I have dry conditions staying with us through Thursday, and then by the weekend, that's when things start to change for us again a little bit. The weather setup, though, looks pretty tranquil across the Midwest. It was quiet across the country on New Year's Day. Now things getting a little bit more active. Strong southerly winds bringing up a lot of Gulf moisture. So those Gulf states getting some heavy rain today, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi. That's going to move up into Alabama and impact portions of the South tomorrow. And then there's also some activity out on the West Coast. I'm sure you've seen some of those viral videos of the big waves happening out in the Pacific. we are going to see some more active weather for those folks. So it's been kind of turbulent out west. And today that trend will continue, not only for the Pacific Northwest, but also for portions of California. For us here in the Ozarks, I have dry conditions, but there is going to be some cloud cover in the forecast for a couple of days. It's kind of just been overcast in the region, and we'll continue to see the cloud cover across the states today, tomorrow, and Thursday. High temperature today, about 43 degrees. There could be some folks down in northern Arkansas that get as high as 48 today. We do see temperatures kind of generally stay in the low to mid 40s for the next couple of days. In fact, I think we'll be very close to 43 today, tomorrow, and on Thursday. More sunshine, though, in the forecast by Thursday. And of course, when you get a little bit of clearing overnight, it means really cold, low temperatures. So we're starting off in the low 20s this morning. I've got us in the mid 20s tomorrow morning. We could start Thursday morning in the teens as the clouds move away. They kind of act like a blanket for us during the overnight hours. So Thursday morning could actually be one of the coolest starts of the week. The next chance that I have for us to get some precipitation, and this could be in the form of rainfall or even some wintry weather. Models are indicating that that's a possibility for late this week into the weekend. That could arrive by the weekend. So Friday, there are still some uncertainties here with the timing, the track, the precipitation type. Right now, I think it looks like a mix of rain and some snowfall, very light in nature. So I'm not expecting a whole lot of impacts from this, but just as an early heads up, this could be moving in by Friday and Saturday. Best chance for seeing some of that wintry weather will probably be out west in portions of eastern Kansas. That's where the snowfall is expected to really fly. But we could see some of that mix in here in the Ozarks with a bit of moisture in place. So just an early heads up that that's what I'm watching for next in this forecast. High temperature today, 43 degrees. I think we'll keep the cloud cover in place. Temperatures are going to stay in the mid 40s today, tomorrow, Thursday, even Friday. I have low 40s in the forecast. We'll stay about 40 degrees on Saturday. The weekend is not going to be any sort of washout. I have many dry conditions heading in for Saturday afternoon and Sunday, and temps get back into the mid 40s again by Sunday. Around the country, I already mentioned some of that active weather out on the West Coast, but you'll hear about the unsettled weather for California as well as the Pacific Northwest, and then widespread rain showers and even a few thunderstorms are in the forecast starting late today for eastern Texas, and that's going to move over into the lower Mississippi Valley, so that will be in the headlines across the country. All right, it's time for that wake up weather brain twister question. We've had about a week off to not flex our brains on the brain twister question. So I'll give you the question that I left you with. It's a great way to start your week. $20 to Scooter's Coffee if you entered and got this one correct. So here was the question that I left you with. When did New York first use a ball drop to celebrate the new year? The options were in 1900, 1905, 1907, or 1910. Any one of these choices is a long time ago, but the answer is C, 1907. That was the very first ball drop in New York City. People started celebrating New Year's Eve in Times Square as early as 1904, but it was in 1907 that the New Year's Eve ball made its maiden descent from the flagpole atop one Times Square. And of course, it's a tradition that most of us still watch every single year, but 1907, the start date on that. All right, here's your next brain twister question. This is the one that I'll have for you tomorrow. Skywriting, which is using planes to write messages, was first used by which country? Do you think it was A, Britain, B, France, C, the United States, or D, Germany? You can enter your guess. That happens over at aroundtheozarks.com. Also there, you can get your forecast up to the minute all day long. We keep you covered at aroundtheozarks.com. Enter the Brain Twister trivia question. It is free to enter, and all winning answers are then entered to get a $20 gift card to Scooter's Coffee. We're giving away that every single day this week. So go enter. It's a nice way to start the week, isn't it? All right, I will talk with you all tomorrow morning. Have a fantastic Tuesday and welcome to 2024.